What's up, Goon Squad? It's your boy back again, Jody MF Keith, aka Nola Gold, here with new spoilers. Yes, the new set is, 10 days away, and they're pumping out the new cards. Not just one a day, there's actually a bunch today. Yesterday, we did see one new card. I didn't make a video about it, but today, you get one. Today, we're talking about the Slaughter Docks. This is the new landmark. If you don't know what landmark is, it's a card that takes up a space on the board and has an effect. This is the second one spoiled so far, and it seems that they all have round starts so far. This one in particular, Slaughter Docks, only 3 mana. That's pretty cheap. Get it out there. You can't use spell mana for this. It's like unit mana is what you have to use. Round start, toss 1. Okay, it makes sense. You know, tossing. If you are deep, destroy me to summon a random sea monster. That is cool. Not all the random sea monsters are going to be the best, but we might see some more sea monsters come out of this set. I don't think they're going to be below putting in new sea monsters. I think deep could use a little buff, and this might be something that could get people to start playing more deep decks that don't include Shadow Owls as the complementary region, because it's a toss engine. That's the thing, is a cheap toss engine, 3 mana toss 1 to start every round. So it will not toss as fast as many of the other cards, but at round start we're just talking, you know, it goes on, and then it eventually makes a sea monster too. So it's like a delayed investment. I think that's pretty cool. Now, the rest of the cards don't really fit with sea monsters or this landmark, I don't think. None of them are sea monsters, but they do have a lot of units that deal damage to themselves. Crusty Codger, 1 mana 2/4, play, deal 2 damage to me. One thing to note that you can get this off of a petty officer, and you won't get the play effect, so it'll be a 2/4. So the things that summon 1-drops, this is like the high roll. This is the super high roll. Do note that. Also, whenever you play it, deal 2 damage to me. That could be good for like leveling up a Vladimir. Dealing damage is also a level up requirement to Swain. And you could also pair this with Targon for the healing, because there's a lot of healing in Targon, both the gems, Guiding Touch, Star Shaping. That's a little expensive, but there's a lot of ways to heal, and some on the cheap. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this paired with some healing, especially if we get Soraka, or there's like some healing, more healing that's released from Targon. Maybe this set of units can do something. As you'll see, they all do damage to themselves. Fortune Croaker, 2 mana, 2/3. Play, deal 1 to me and an ally to draw 1 card. That's pretty cool. Also, like, could be paired with things like Tough. Like, even playing this post-combat on something like a Taric that has, you know, Tough. I don't know. It does draw a card, 2 mana. Basically, effectively, a 2 mana 2/1, a 2 mana 2/2 that pings one of your other units to draw a card. That's kind of cool. Getting away from Nav a little bit. And then you have Boxtopus. It's the octopus in a box. Is that what it's supposed to be? Can't wait to see the full art on this thing. It's 2 mana 3/4 challenger. Play, deal 3 damage to me. So effectively a 3/1 damage unit whenever it comes into play. So 3/1 challenger for 2. That's like pretty good. Cheap challenger. Also, again, the healing implications are going to be big. Dealing damage to yourself, maybe with Vladimir, could be big as well. So, you know, it goes back in that line. Then you have the Lounging Lizard, 3 mana, 3/5. This one doesn't damage as it comes into play, but on round start. So it'll deal itself damage and survive twice. And it's a 3-power elusive for 3, which I think is fine, especially if you pair it with the healing, because it'll sit around. This thing will sit around with gems. What if you curve a goat into the Lounging Lizard, and then the goat gets the gem, and then now you have a 4-power that lasts a little bit longer, and then you heal it again, and then your opponent doesn't know whether to put removal on it or let it die on itself, and then you come with the heal on it. Pretty good. So this style of unit, and they're all Bowswater cards, I do like. I do like the pairings that it'll have. It might open up Vlad to be able to be played a little bit more in another deck, which would be cool. And then also the healing implications of Target is probably where I think this is going to fit best. Maybe these could be units you could play in like a Swain TF or something like that as well. If you want to be more aggressive, Lounging Lizard is nice. So, you know, hitting your plunders or something. Maybe a Swain deck could take advantage of them doing damage. But I think overall, the Lounging Lizard's probably got the most play to it at start. 3 mana, 3/5 on the come down. and being elusive is nice. Now we move on to some removal spells. Crumble. 5 mana crumble, slow removal. What's it say? Kill an ally to kill a unit or destroy a landmark. So, these landmarks, I said that the best thing for these landmarks to gauge how good they're going to be is how well people can interact with them. Because if they're very hard to interact with, they could just become very dominant. So we do see the first destroy a landmark. They did hint at the fact that obliterate, the celestial removal, would be able to touch on the landmarks, but now we see this right here: kill an ally to kill a unit or destroy a landmark. So 5 mana removal, slow, not that great. It is like a vengeance, slower. Also, you have to kill one of your units, which isn't too hard because this is a Shadow Owl card, but 5 mana might not be very efficient. So you got to make sure, because if you're spending more mana to kill a unit than they spent on the unit, then you're essentially going to be losing tempo. If you just look at it flat mana cost, it's not going to be as mana efficient as them playing the unit, the person with the cheaper unit getting removed. So I guess that's the exact thing that we're going to roll into the sunk cost, because sunk cost is even more expensive. 8 mana slow, shuffle a unit or landmark into its deck. This is interesting. I wonder if you control your opponent's unit or if you yoinked one of their cards, because this is a Bowser Order card, whether it'll shuffle it back into their own deck or if it gets shuffled into your deck. So that's a question I would like answered. If anybody knows, please leave it in the comments down below. I read all the comments, so be sure to leave yours. But I do think that this card is probably going to be a little too slow. The shuffle is cool because it gives removal to unyielding permanents or a Taric that cannot be destroyed or damaged whenever it's leveled up, having that unyielding spirit type effect. So having more removal for that's kind of cool, but I think 8 mana and slow is going to be a bit much. It's, if you compare this to like Vengeance, Vengeance is fast, it's one cheaper. Yeah, Vengeance doesn't hit a landmark, this one does. I guess that's the upgrade there, but again, 8 mana. So far, the 2 landmarks have been 3 mana and 5 mana, so you're going to be behind on the mana there. It'll be interesting. Maybe you play it with Heimer, because it's an 8. You can play this 8 mana removal spell and get you a T-Hex, I guess. I don't know. Honestly, the removal spells don't look that great. The units I'm very excited about. And the landmark, I think, will open up more opportunities for deep in the future. It doesn't toss that fast, but the fact that it replaces itself with a sea monster once you actually hit deep, I think will make this card very playable. The Slaughter Docks. But, yeah. That's pretty good. Yeah, sunk cost. Also, shuffle. Where else does it shuffle? We see it does shuffling units. Also, Ladros, something like that. So, yeah. I don't know. Love to hear what you think in the comments if you're watching on YouTube. Also, come check out the live stream. This was recorded live. We have open song requests and, good community, good chat, and we can bounce ideas there, talk shit, and play games, and it'll be a good time. So, smash that like button and all the other stuff that people say at the end of YouTube videos to try and get you to do it. One love, baby. Good vibes. Catch you on the next one.